Tyler. Here we are. Brand new office. I got the brand new podcast desk. I got my feet kicked up. We do have a lot of work to do on the character of this place, but vibes are good here.
Vibes are
office.
immaculate.
I don't want to do any graduation goggles on the old bunker. I'm not going to say how great it was. Just going to enjoy this new space. Feeling good. I think we're looking good.
Yeah, I can switch cameras.
Yeah, do it quick.
Ooh,
bam.
Shit. What's up?
Switch to you.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
How
we have
are
a
doing?
producer cam now
Hello.
too. Oh my God.
Now I can't be doing weird shit behind the camera. Fucking Jared. See, I can switch off that right away.
We still have yet, like I said, like right now it just looks like I'm in a lineup at the police station with this gray wall behind me. So go to the other camera. That's the good one right there.
There we go.
A little bit more character, but we'll be working on that as we go. Tyler, first thoughts on the new building?
Honest, a little overwhelming, but the good kind.
It's almost like now, before it was we had one room and everyone was in that one room. Now there's like 10 to 15 rooms and I can never find anyone in this building. I'm like, I'm looking for you or Ryan or Lakin, and I'm like, I don't know which room they're in. They're not in their office. Where are they?
You were looking for Lakin earlier and you just went out on the mezzanine and just yelled Lakin.
I just was like, Lakin! Popped her head out. That's all it takes. But yes, it is. It's actually, I think, going to be a point where because our streaming room, we put up 5 TVs, which we'll get into here.
Yes.
But I'm having a little like, which room am I going to want to hang out in the most is really the question.
Well, you don't have a desk in your office yet.
So I'm a nomad right now.
So when you do get your desk, you're going to pick your office.
Yeah, probably. But so, yeah, before we go more in depth on the brand new Bunker 2.0, first of all, welcome back to You Betcha Radio podcast. What episode is it?
109.
Episode 109 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. I'm Miles, You Betcha guy, and I think we got a good, solid show ahead of you. We got Sean Somali on. He's got a new country song out. You'll have to check it out. But before we get into that, we got to talk to you guys about fairwaymeatmarket.com. It's all about the meat. March Madness is almost here. Selection Sunday is this Sunday, the 14th. And you don't want to be flying into March Madness blind. And by blind, I mean not having any meat in that freezer of yours ready to go for when you have buddies over to watch the games. So you got to go to fairwaymeatmarket.com and get their Meat Madness package. This is not only like a great just like tailgate vibe package or watching sports package. It's also a little fancy.
It's kind of a flex.
It's got 2 packages of Wagyu burgers in this package. There's also some just normal steak patties. There's they have skinless brats, which you love, Tyler.
Big fan.
And then I love the bacon. So good. I'm a big bacon guy, make it a little extra crispy. And then they also have ground beef in this for, you can basically cover it. You can have burgers, you can have brats, you can have breakfast, or you can have tacos.
Or dips. You can make a million dips with ground beef.
A queso with ground beef in it. It's endless opportunities, and I think that's what this Meat Madness package is geared towards, is making sure everyone's having a good time while you're watching March Madness. If you head to fairwaymeatmarket.com and use code YouBetcha with all one word, YOUBETCHA, you will end up getting $50 off this $150 package. It'll be shipped right to your door for $99.99. Again, you got to use that promo code to get that. But
you're not getting Wagyu anywhere for less than $100. So you're getting Wagyu and other stuff.
Correct.
It's
almost like they're just giving away free meat at this point.
Right.
That's what they do. They're always thinking about the Midwestern sports fan, and that's what this package is all about. So like I said, fairwaymeatmarket.com. Use code YouBetcha for that $50 off the Meat Madness package. Tyler.
Miles.
What is your favorite part of the new building?
My office. Hands down.
So did you actually put a corner fireplace in there? Is it in there today?
I put it in there this morning.
I have to go check it out. Jared, you'll have to put a photo of it up on the Instagram page. Is it nice? Is it toasty, or is it more just for looks?
It is. So it was cold in here, and I was here early this morning to put finishing touches on a video, and I was freezing my ass off, and it's never been in a space that small, so it got toasty in there fast.
Good. That's what it's for, right?
It is made out of particle board, and it's chipping in some spots, so I don't know how.
It's called character,
yes,
Tyler.
Yes.
It's character.
We got to add
That's what this place doesn't have. I should put a hole in the wall behind me so this place has some more character.
I am going to turn it into a beer cart, though. I'm going to have like a decanter on top with some whiskeys, and then underneath the shelf where you're supposed to put like your DVD player back in the day.
Yep.
And under that's going to be the whiskey glasses and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
that's kind of fancy.
I'm getting a little excited about it.
I think my favorite part right now, it's tough. It's kind of a 3-pronged thing for me here. One is the streaming room is just March Madness is going to be
madness.
We're not going to get a lick of work done. No. We have 5 TVs and we have reclining couches in there.
Like movie theater chairs.
And so it is going to be, that's going to be elite. So I love that. I love this studio setup. I can't wait for the first podcast here with Ryan because now we have some space. Now if I really start getting heated at him, I can't just like grab him by the back of the neck, he's way over there. Show the people there we go. Ryan's way over there. We got some space. It's not hot in here. It's nice and cool in here today. So I love this studio. And then the other part is we got some shipping containers outside. Basically we bought some 20-foot long shipping containers. We're going to push them together. So it'll be a 20-foot by 16-foot little square rectangle. We cut off the sides of a couple of them. And basically we're going to turn the shipping containers into a bar. So literally since the beginning of You Betcha, I've been talking about having a bar in the office. And we just never, ever did it because we were just busy doing shit.
And we ran out of space.
But I said, no. This space is going to have a bar. It's happening. They've already cut the sides off of the shipping containers. They're starting to build the infrastructure for it. They're going to bring the shipping containers in this week. And we're getting a GD bar if it's the last thing I do. So that's going to be, I think that'll quickly take over as the cool place in this.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going in phases. Every time we finish a room, that'll be our favorite until we finish the next room.
That's kind of the way it went. We finished this room first, and then we did the streaming room, and I was like, this is sweet.
Yep.
Big time nap central, though, in the streaming room.
The blackout shades.
Yeah. Blackout shades, the reclining seats.
Good night.
Yes. And then the other day we had the rain noise YouTube video up.
Wait, we had rain on one TV. We had Pawn Stars on another TV.
We had like NASCAR going.
And then on one TV we had a History Channel creation of the Great Lakes.
Yes.
And then Mike Tyson's greatest knockouts.
Did you know that the Great Lakes were potentially caused by an asteroid?
I do now.
That was unbelievable information that we found out.
And we learned that information with the soothing sound of a thunderstorm.
Yes. It was very, very relaxing. So, I mean, at some point I got to put up a tour or some content about the new building, whether that's on my personal Instagram page or the You Betcha Radio or even just the main You Betcha page. But we're getting there. There's a lot going on. The bullets are flying. We're dodging bullets here and there. So it's coming, but we're excited to be in this new space. One thing that's going to be a little tough, though, Tyler.
Yeah?
The merch guys now are really in our business.
They are in the same building.
We're in the same building as the merch guys now, and Talk about graduation goggles. Kind of miss the old ways a little.
So the thing, I always thought the merch guys were a little weird, right?
Yeah.
They'd come over and they turned it down when they would come over to 1.0. Now that we're in the same space, those guys are weird as hell.
They don't give a shit.
No.
They also they're always mad at me for selling too many shirts.
Yeah.
So when they were mad at me before, at least I didn't see it, you know? Ugh.
They can't talk behind your back anymore.
The best is we could talk about this all day, and none of them are going to listen to this.
Never.
So
we're gonna go down, and they're gonna have it on the speakers, listening to 109.
Like,
hey guys.
No, it's an adjustment that there's more commotion going on, more distractions, but we'll get through it. It's actually, as a leadership standpoint and a business owner, it is nice to have everyone back under one roof. So we can just constantly have some more camaraderie within the business, for sure. Okay. Last thing I'm going to say about the new place in this podcast, Tyler. What a great decision by us to buy those big refrigerators and kegerators.
They look kind of sad right now because they're empty.
Yes.
But it's going to be the real deal.
I am sourcing a pallet of Busch Light that will soon stock the fridge. And then we got to get an actual keg.
Yeah.
Because we got a full-blown kegerator ready to roll. This is like what the dream that I had for 1.0, that I was going to have a kegerator in the bar or whatever. I didn't give up on the dream. It just was
locations changed.
Yeah, let's maybe try and do it now. So we're here and we're definitely working towards that. It's going to take a while. My guess is in 6 months this thing will be in optimal
tip top
shape. Everything will be cleaned up. Everything will be in working form. We'll be in the flow of things. But it's going to be a little bit of a grind before then. But yeah, so excited. I'm excited for everyone to check it out and see it. We'll post it online at some point.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it'll be pretty close to ready by the time the national championship game comes around.
Yeah.
So that can be like our first office hoorah, you know?
We'll watch the March Madness championship in here. That's a good idea, Tyler. Speaking of good ideas, Tyler, you got a $1 million idea, maybe?
Okay, so hear me out.
Is it actually a $1 million idea?
If it's not already a thing, it is definitely a $1 million idea.
Okay.
And the electricians listening to me right now are going to lose their mind if I'm off base. But why in God's name haven't we developed wireless power? Just a little thing you plug into the outlet. It's a battery source right there, and it sends the power to the TV, so you don't have a nest of cords everywhere.
Yeah, I think we're working towards that, are we not?
We gotta be. Like, you can charge a phone wirelessly.
Yeah, but it's got to be touching. So I wonder what the...
Can you, like, send power through the air? Is that not $1 million idea? If you come up with that and you patent that idea and that technique, you're a millionaire instantly.
That is one of the biggest pains in all of our... Tyler, you got to switch the cameras.
I was hitting enter, not
I don't know
zero.
why you're running the cameras. I don't know why Jared isn't running the cameras. He's just sitting there observing.
We'll get there.
But I got to be producer and the host of this podcast.
I was pressing the wrong button. I was like, why is it not working?
No, cords are the worst.
They're
I think
terrible.
we all can agree. No one's ever been like, I love all these cords.
No, never.
Why can't we be in a cordless world?
We got to get there.
If Bluetooth can go through the air, which, first of all, I know we may have talked about this on this podcast. How on God's green earth does Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all of that work?
The cloud.
How does even the cellular data work?
How do phones work?
I don't understand it. I do not understand how Bluetooth works, that this thing just decides it's going to play music on a speaker right there without touching it, without a cord. I do not understand that.
It's sending data through the air. But why can't we send
why doesn't
power through the air?
But why doesn't it get interfered when someone walks between the phone and the speaker?
I have no idea.
It blows my mind. So you can imagine how largely my mind would be blown if we were able to just eliminate power cords in general.
Can you imagine the mess we'd save?
I think, okay, Tyler, I think that the thing that comes before wireless power is batteries that last forever.
Well, the solar panels are kind of that.
No. I'm talking about a battery that I don't know if it's like nuclear batteries or whatever. Like they figure out a way to make it safe. That's going to be before we get wireless power. It's just going to be infinite batteries, and then everything's just going to have an infinite battery.
I think the way the world's trending, though, with the Bluetooth and the cloud and the Wi-Fi, that not physical things are going to be the way of the future. I think they're trying to skip that step.
But what I'm saying is can you imagine if everything just had an infinite battery and you didn't have to have electricity at all?
That would be sweet.
Exactly.
I think Tony Stark invented that
So
with the
I
arc
think
reactor.
the $1 million idea is inventing infinite battery power.
We solved the global power crisis.
Yes. I honestly, if you're kind of a nerd about that, I think that they're working on that. They're just trying to figure out how to do it in a safe way.
I feel like Jared would know, but I'll quiz him later.
Yeah.
Shit.
Tyler.
God. Hey guys.
You're still figuring it out. I think that's the thing we should go for first.
Okay, unlimited batteries.
Let's just do unlimited batteries. Then everything just gotta, and we're not talking a big bulky, like, let's live in a good world here. Let's do small, little teeny tiny batteries that goes in everything. So that's infinite.
Give us 100-year life battery. I feel like that's more, it will die, but not for like 100 years. I'm not going to live to be that old.
You saying I'm being greedy with wanting an infinite battery?
I feel like that's probably impossible.
Tyler, I'm a dreamer. And as I like to say, you give me a place to stand and I'll move the world.
You do like to say that.
You give me a place to stand and I'll give you an infinite battery with someone else.
I'm telling you, man.
Elon, I think if anyone on the world is doing it, it's Elon. Elon's working on an infinite battery.
He's probably going to discover a power source on Mars.
Also, side note, I saw a Tesla pulling a little wagon that had solar power on it. The biggest oversight ever was why didn't they make the roof of a Tesla solar panels?
Because then they can't sell charging sites.
I think that's an inefficiency in their business. I don't think that they want to sell solar sites.
No, I think they do. They get to go to gas stations and be like, hey, buy like 5 of our charging stations.
I don't know. I think that more people would buy Teslas if it just would never ran out of battery because it was solar powered.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Why are we not? What?
Imagine you're in a Tesla. You punch in the wrong address and it's like across the country, and then you fall asleep and your car can't run out of battery, and you wake up and you're 18 hours away from where you're supposed to.
I'd rather do that than break down because your car runs out of battery and you're in the middle of nowhere.
You got to get out like an actual charger.
Because you're going to sleep for 18 hours in the car.
You know what I mean? You're going the wrong direction.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
It might.
I think as soon as you plug in the wrong address, you'll be like, oh, that's not right.
What
Probably
if you
should fix that.
You're so sleepy, you just take a nap quick.
Oh my God. No, that's another $1 million idea. Just put fucking solar panels on the top of the Tesla. Why is that not a thing?
I feel like
I imagine it's like because it can't charge it fast enough.
Or maybe like you get instead of a tunnel cover on the Cybertruck, it's a solar panel cover. Because that's going to get more space, more surface there.
On what?
The Cybertruck. If you use the box of the Cybertruck's tunnel cover as solar panels, you get more surface area. You could probably put it
on the trunk of the car too, the hood of the car. Just be a transparent whatever color of the thing it is. So that's a really good idea by me. But also, okay, why don't they just, you know how like wind energy works with if you do the revolutions from the wind, it generates energy.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they hook up a thing with the wheel that
make the wheel a turbine
that charges itself? Why doesn't the Tesla batteries charge itself?
I mean, the technology is there. That's what an alternator does in a regular car.
Exactly. So how are we missing
the
them?
R&D at Tesla right now is slacking.
We're calling them out right now.
Yes.
We are exposing them. Right?
I mean, it makes sense to me, but I don't know shit about cars.
I don't know shit about anything, but this is just questions that I have. This is segment's called Questions That I Have.
Nobody's asking these questions except for us.
Nobody is. This one, I don't know. Another $1 million idea, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is maybe a couple $100,000 idea, maybe not $1 million.
$500,000
idea.
maybe.
I think so. This is Jared's idea, by the way.
Just out him.
As I'm looking at this, I may want to throw this on Jared, not me. Jared wrote this one. I think that they have something similar to this. So basically, it's like in the airport. It's like a mini hotel in the airport. So let's say you got a 4-hour layover. You can rent out this smaller space.
Like a room in the library at college.
Kind of similar. Almost like a pod. And you can take a nap. You can maybe shower. You could do all that. I think what they do is there's been some mattress companies that have had sleep pods. So like you can rent out a nap and take a nap in a sleep pod in the airport. But the shower thing, I think, is revolutionary. What is it with travel? You just kind of get a little sweaty.
You get gross
from walking through the airport. You just feel gross. Everything's grimy.
Especially if you're on a connecting flight.
Yeah.
Like you sit in that compressed air in that plane for 6 hours and you just feel kind of nasty when you get off.
So a nice fresh shower on a long layover might be good.
Do you think they have that already? I know there's hotels in...
I mean, you'd have to... I know there's like connected to the airport, but then you'd have to go through security again.
Yeah.
So like on the right side of security, I think is the way that this idea works.
So if this is cheap enough and you're a tight ass like myself, you just rent out that hotel in the airport for your whole stay.
Ooh.
That's got to be cheaper.
But then you can't leave the airport.
You can. You just come back.
This is on the other side. No, but you need to get a ticket to get through airport security.
This is through the check-in.
What is?
This pod that we're staying in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is so then you don't have to leave security.
So you're renting it for hours at a time and not days.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I know what you're thinking. People are just going to use these rooms to hook up. And that's fine.
It's got to have...
What do you think people do in hotel rooms? And you stay in a hotel room every time you go somewhere.
You just got to have that whole... Remember your last $1 million idea? The car wash in the garage?
Yeah.
It's got a self-cleaning pod. It just sprays in there after anyone uses it.
It's going to have to be quite the cleaner. It's going to have to be pretty good.
It's going to get the shining and the protectant sealing spray on there.
Yeah.
Speaking of these, there's so many goddamn cords under my feet right now. I'm stuck on all of them.
What's funny is there's holes in the wall and cords are coming through the hole. You're moving one of the cords with your foot right now.
It's
I
like
can see
stuck under my heel.
Yeah, I think that probably the best idea there is, well, most realistic for now, probably solar panels on the top of the car.
Yeah, I think that's doable. Especially you live in Arizona.
Yeah.
You live in the plains or the desert.
But the thing is, you don't need warm weather for that. You just need
a lot of sunshine, less rain there.
Yeah. Yeah, less clouds.
Mm-hmm.
The one downside in the Midwest would be if it snows on the top of your car,
you're dead.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
But why don't they just make a little wiper for the top?
Or it's like heated seats, but it's heated ceilings. There
Exactly.
You go. Melts it away.
Yeah, you just do a defroster like they do on the back window.
Yeah.
But over the whole ceiling of the car. Perfect.
$1 million.
That one might be $1 billion.
Considering
idea.
Tesla's stock right now?
Considering how smart we are. We're going to be the people to make this work.
I wouldn't be surprised if before this podcast is done being recorded, not even live for the masses to consume, Elon calls you.
Yeah. I'll just DM him, let him know. He messaged me back, be like, "You don't think we thought of this, dipshit?" You think that we were able to put a man on the moon right now that I didn't think of putting solar panels on top of a car? dumbass.
Well, he's been thinking about bigger things right now. His R&D team is the one that's slacking. So if anything, he's gonna be like, all right, I'm moving research and development to you guys.
Yes.
Because my people, they were supposed to be doing this sort of stuff while I was on the moon.
All I know is that you face the solar panels towards the sun.
Yes. And then you plug it into the car.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Done.
We could make our own redneck version of that. We just ratchet strap it to the ceiling.
Perfect. I like it. I think it's done. Done deal. We made $1 million. We made $1 billion today. So, all right, let's take a break. And then we have Sean Stamalian, not Stamalian, but Stamali on the podcast.
Yes.
He's got a new song out called Hello You Up. It is doing pretty well on the charts so far today. And he's just like he's a down to earth guy. We were asking him, does he fit more into the southern vibe or the Midwest vibe? And he didn't really say, but I think he fits more in the Midwest vibe.
Yeah, he said that he's from Kentuckiana. So he's Indiana and Kentucky.
He's kind of a hybrid, but I think he leans more towards the Midwest. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself.
Especially after hanging out with us.
Yeah. So up next is our little podcast segment with Sean. Before we get into our interview and podcast segment with Sean, I got to talk to you guys about Holiday gas stations. They are absolutely, in my mind, one of the best gas stations that you can go to for many, many reasons. One, great coffee. That's my number one thing I love about a Holiday gas station. Two, they're going to have everything you need, all the way from hot food to cold food to gas to car wash, you name it. They got all the stuff that you're going to need. And lastly, it just makes you feel good when you go into a Holiday gas station. And so you got to locate your nearest Holiday gas station. Today I got my Polar Pop large. I don't know. It's super cheap. I don't know what it is, but it's like
$1.20,
if that even.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but just nothing better than picking up a fountain soda pop, picking up a fountain pop or something like that from your nearest Holiday. But this is what I think now is the time, Tyler. Get that car wash subscription from them. I got I splurged, Tyler. I splurged. I got the unlimited car wash plan. You can use it at any Holiday gas station. You just pull up, scans your little barcode on your car, and you get your car wash. And so as the snow starts to melt and your car gets to look a little rough, Holiday's got your back. It's going to make you looking brand spanking new. And with the unlimited one, I did a TikTok complaining about the fact that you go to the car wash and then your car is dirty again like an hour later. The unlimited one, you can go back an hour later and get another car wash. Plus, car washes are kind of therapy. It just makes you feel good when you're in there.
Smells good.
Smells good. There's so many advantages. So find your local Holiday gas station, get yourself a car wash, get yourself a coffee, and get yourself some good vibes. Here's our interview. Guys, we would love to welcome on to the podcast here, Sean. Sean, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. Where are you at right now?
I'm at my house in Nashville.
Nashville. You grew up, though, in Indiana, correct?
Yeah, I was born in Madisonville, Kentucky, and I was raised in a town called Newburgh in southern Indiana.
Nice. Would you consider, because it's southern Indiana, would you consider that more of more southern roots or more of the Midwest vibes?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know a big difference. Honestly, it's all redneck shit.
I like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Southern Indiana is very, very country.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's, I mean, I got a couple buddies with bush light tattoos. It gets country out there, man. I would call it like a perfect mixture of Midwest and Southern for sure.
Kind of a blend.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I call the whole area around, like that whole entire area of southern Indiana, Kentucky, I call it Kentuckiana. It's just because I mean I was literally raised like on the river.
So does
like
that
on
mean
the border of Kentucky?
does that mean we need to adopt Kentucky into the Midwest?
I mean,
We're
I
out.
don't know. Is Kentucky considered a southern state or Midwest state?
I don't know. I think it's probably more southern than the Midwest.
It's right on the line. That's what we got to make a decision.
We have been like slowly trying to gather new states into the Midwest. Like we're trying to adopt Pennsylvania and like upstate New York into the Midwest, but I don't know if they're gonna want that or not. But so yeah, man, you grew up in Southern Indiana. You're like you said, you're a country boy. You've worked a lot of manual. I mean, you grew up on a farm. You had an excavating job. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was a heavy equipment operator my entire life before I started music. So I started that at about 12, I'd say, because my dad and my grandpa run an excavating company.
Nice.
In
So I grew up, my dad owns a concrete construction business. So I grew up doing concrete. So some days the excavator was our best friend, and some day the excavator was my worst enemy. I'd have to get out a hand shovel and make sure that I made the excavator right. Were you? I imagine though you were all precision though. That would never happen to you, right?
Shoot, everybody makes mistakes, man. I made plenty of mistakes back then for sure. I mean, I remember I hit my dad's work truck one time with a bucket on a 270 excavator, which is a bigger John Deere.
Yeah.
That was a bad day.
Yeah. How did that go over?
It didn't go over good at all. Not at all.
He's still pissed.
Oh yeah, he holds grudges. He holds grudges, especially on me.
Yeah, you're like hoping he doesn't listen to this because then he'll just make him mad again. Give you a call.
I don't even know if my dad knows what a podcast is. To be honest with you. He's like, "What is that? Never heard of it."
Yeah,
but
you mean the radio? Yeah, well, kinda, but
he listens to the radio sometimes, but it's like Motley Crue only.
Motley Crue only, or just like what, like public radio talk shows, or what?
He listens to Bob and Tom.
Oh, there you go. I like that. So, so before, because you got new music coming out, or it came out today, so this will come out tomorrow. So, new music out, which we're gonna get to at the end here. We're gonna tease the people a little bit here. But before we do that, we like to do a top 3 segment on this podcast where we give our top 3 best or worst of a certain topic. And I think it's only right to give our top 3 best things about working a manual labor, blue collar job. Are you down for that?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Tyler, are you ready?
I'm ready. So I did flat roofing for a couple years and landscaping and mowing, the whole 9. But my number 3 is just the feeling of finishing a job.
Yes.
You cleaning up, looking at everything you did. It's a little sense of relief, but then the next morning it's dread. It's like, oh, damn, we got to start all over again.
Oh,
definitely. That was true for me, but I mean,
so there's that sense of dread, but looking over it, the crew's all happy, spirits are high, everybody, maybe you go for a happy hour when you're done with the job, but there's just something about that feeling of finishing a job, especially if it's a big one.
That was going to be my number 3. My number 3 was going to be that the beers just go down so much easier after the workday. It's, now I'm just like a keyboard warrior doing content for the internet, and it's just not quite as satisfying as being out in the hot sun all day, doing manual labor, whatever, and your body's just craving an ice cold beer. That's up there with like, you got their top beers are like shower beers and like beer darts beers, like after work, working a manual labor job. That just goes down so much easier. So that was going to be my number 3. So you kind of went into that one. Sean, what do you got?
I would say it teaches you like the real value of $1.
That is true.
Like, cause you got to work your ass off for it. I mean, it's so much different than my job now. because I mean, touring, like it can be hard work, yeah, but it's also really fun. And I only actually work for about 45 to 90 minutes of the night, and then they just give me money. So I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
I'm used to like, I got to work 60 hours a week and then get a paycheck for less than what I'm making a night playing shows.
Well,
so it's like, that really teaches you like the value of what a dollar's really worth, man.
Well, and it also teaches you to seek out when you're going to the bar on the weekends, which deals to go to, because you're like thinking, okay, if I go to this more expensive bar and I drink 4 beers, that's like 2 hours of work.
Yeah, I calculated all of my spending into hours. Like if I want new shoes, like is that worth 4 hours of my day? I don't know.
Yeah. That's exactly what I used to do, man. Exactly. Shit.
Yeah.
It's like everything. Like this pack of gum, this is like a half-hour work. Well, maybe not a pack of gum. This is like 5 minutes of work, just 10 minutes of work or whatever. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's how I used to measure everything.
Yeah, 100%.
The thing about the music industry is, like you said, like the beer just tastes better after you get a job done and all that. Well, the music industry, part of this job is drinking beer. It's like,
yeah,
it's just, you don't like, I haven't experienced what y'all are talking about in 3 years since I moved here.
Oh, I feel that too. Because
it's just like the job's never over here.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I mean, we drink on the podcast. We have beers while we're brainstorming. We do this
stream.
When we're streaming online, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like
the victory beer is rare.
So when I told you we were moving into this new building and we were moving boxes and sweating all day doing our thing, it kind of got a little glimpse of like what that beer was like back in the day for sure. I was like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Tyler, what else you got?
So have you guys seen the movie Holes?
Yeah.
They sit there and they see one tiny cloud and they pray for rain. Rain days in a manual labor job are a blessing.
Well, so my question is, if you're in an excavator, I don't know if you get rain days, do you?
True.
I never really got rain days. But the guys got a bunch of them. But on rain days, I'll just go tear houses down.
Oh, that's okay. That's fun. What? Let's talk a little bit about that. What's that like? That's got to be the most primal thing ever. Just smashing shit.
I feel like it's like just about everything else. It's cool for a long time, and then after you do 100 of them, you're just like, gosh. But it is cool having a different scenario every time you do it.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest parts about that part of my old job was like after the house is like condemned or whatever and they hand it over for us to tear it down, everything in that building we own. So I used to go in there and find some interesting shit.
What's some of the weirdest stuff you found?
Well, in one of them I found like big girl porn. Yeah, it was like a whole stack of nasty magazines, and it was like weird, like fetishes. I was like, man, y'all lived in this place for weirdos. Man.
I'm waiting for him to be like, yeah, some of my favorite stuff to date.
Yeah, I had to box it all up.
What if we saw one of the magazines sitting on the bed behind him?
Man, that stuff got thrown away. Man. Another cool thing, like I would find like old record collections.
Ooh, so that's cool.
I do still have all those. I collected them and I still got those sitting around. So sometimes I'll sit and listen to them. It's like a bunch of like original like 70s and 80s records, just country and rock and blues and everything. Cool. So I mean, you never know what you're gonna find. I found dirty needles all the time. Freaking everything, any drug you can think of.
I was saying, like, hopefully, you can imagine if you walked in one of those and you found a dead body, and you'd be like, "All right, I think I'm getting a different job now."
Yeah,
I never found a dead human. Yeah, but I did find like dead animals.
Yeah,
I
believe
be like dogs that have been dead for who knows how long.
Yeah,
cats, all that stuff. Never did find a human though. I did. I mean, I would have to kick humans out all the time that were living in them and stuff, like because they're like homeless people.
Yeah,
that was always awkward, but. Yeah, sometimes it got sketchy too because they weren't happy about it.
Ask them to leave their records behind before they go.
Yeah. Hey
Yeah, I
man,
know you guys have a pretty elaborate record collection here. Would you mind leaving it for me?
Yeah.
But
hey man,
people are-
I need you to leave because otherwise I'm taking the whole thing down. You're going with it.
I'm literally going to load you into a dump truck. So,
so
but that was what we did what I did on rain days.
yeah,
Because you don't really, I mean, it doesn't really affect it unless it's like pouring down rain. But,
yeah. Well, nothing was worth as a concrete guy when the excavator would open up the hole and then we'd get down and then it would rain before we could get in there and do our thing. And so then it was just the muddiest footing we've ever had to do. I do
not digging footers.
Yeah.
I don't miss digging footers at all, man.
Yeah. So
that stuff, I've done that so many damn times.
Yeah.
But
so my number 2 is, the rain day is a good one, Tyler. I didn't even think of that one. But all of the inside jokes, to me, is what makes working manual labor, blue collar job worth it to me, because it's I still to this date say those jokes, especially around the office.
He'll say a joke and none of us will have a single clue what the hell he's talking about, and he'll just be giggling to himself.
Yeah, I mean it's not even stuff that's really that funny. I
totally know what you mean.
Like we had a bit where, when you're working your job and you're in neighborhoods, you're just chilling. Every time a UPS truck would drive by, someone would yell Heffernan, because that was Doug Heffernan was Kevin James's character on King of Queens, and he drove like a UPS truck. So it's not funny, but because we would do it every single time, it's like now funny to us. So it's like just stuff like that is so dumb, but it makes the job kind of worth it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I had nicknames at almost every, because I work under like big contractors and I just do all the dirt work for them.
Yep.
And I had a different nickname in almost every single different contractor. I mean, they find a nickname for you and it sticks.
Yeah, and you're just hoping you don't get shithead, because then it's not going to be good.
Dude, I got 2.5 was one of my nicknames.
Why is that?
Because back in the radio, back in the day, before the company switched to cell phones.
Yep.
And I still remember this whenever I was a little kid. It makes me feel old, but they used radios, like Radio Shack radios, to talk to each other. And my grandpa was 1, my dad was 2, and they called me 2.5.
It's like 2.5 men. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was just a little kid and it stuck in some places, and that's what they called me for a while. And then I had Hollywood. They called me Hollywood at one place because I walked in there the first day and I had like a really nice pair of Oakleys on.
The funny thing is, we used to do that too. Like contractors that would show up too, they'd show up in like fancy jeans and we just give them shit for it. It's the same thing, 100%.
Dude, we always had some good ones, dude. I mean, I had this one dude I worked with. I've known him my whole life. He's worked with that company forever. He's still there. And he quit chewing now, but back whenever he chewed, his lower lip was so damaged from dipping so hardcore for so long that he had to switch to his upper lip.
Yep.
So
the old upper decker.
They called him upper lip dip.
I like that.
He just walked around with his lip just all the time, full of chew.
Yeah.
I was like, Scott, you need to just quit. He's like, I know.
You always got that one guy who's been trying to quit for 20 years.
Yeah, that's me, except 10 years now.
Yeah, you'll get there. You got another 10.
Yeah, it's always, I'll quit next week. I'll quit next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever. Bad habits. It could be worse,
Yeah. What's your number 2, right? We're on 2. Mm-hmm. What do you got for us?
Best part about a blue collar job. Shoot, I mean, in my specific case, it was being with my grandpa every day.
Oh, that's cool. But, yeah.
Because he just passed about a month ago. So it was cool getting to be with him, every single day of my life until I moved to Nashville. But that's a little bit personal though. What would be a good general thing? Shoot. I think it's like you appreciate off time more. Like,
yes.
yeah.
Like weekends
what I'm
and
Like-
yeah.
there is a weekend in a blue collar job.
Yes.
And I feel like with my job now, there's no such thing as every day is a weekend with what I do.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like in Nashville, there's a reason to go out and drink every day if you want to. Like people are just like, yeah, we're celebrating this, we're doing that. Like last night, we were celebrating a single, and it was a Monday.
Yep.
It was a Monday night.
Yeah,
then-
I feel that.
Night, we're celebrating again because I didn't get to celebrate with my friends last night. It was like label people. I mean, they're my friends too, but like I'm talking like
Yep.
my buddies that have nothing to do with the label. So we're hanging out, and then it's my buddy's birthday at midnight. So we're just celebrating that. So it's just always something, man.
Yep.
Always something.
Yeah, I
But,
feel that.
Yeah, dude, I think it's the value of like that. You like respect, you like value time with like your friends and family more, I think, whenever
Yeah.
you work at blue collar.
Well, my dad actually spends a month down in Southern California playing golf in the warm weather every winter, because up here, I don't know what it's like in Kentucky and Southern Indiana, but the winter gets tough enough to where you can't do concrete work in the winter. So he takes a month that he has off and heads there, and he's basically like, if I don't go do that every year, what is all of this manual labor job work for? You know,
Yeah.
it's like that 1 month is what, you know, makes everything else worth it, which is definitely a cool thing about it.
Yeah, the time off
Exactly.
becomes sacred.
Yes. Yep.
Now that's a downfall sometimes of a blue collar job, and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Because I mean, I used to be the same way, but you kind of don't know when to stop working.
Yes.
Like you get so engulfed in getting everything done. Like, you know, my dad, he works like 7 days a week.
Yep.
And I like have to force him to take off for things.
Yep.
Like I got him tickets to see Motley Crue in June here in Nashville. He's like, well, you know, I'd love to. And that's his favorite band. He's
Yep.
like, well, I might take care of the company. I'm like, no, you're coming.
someone
like, I already got
someone
the
can
tickets.
take care of it for a night.
Yeah. I was like, dude, the company will be fine for a couple of days without you. I promise. Like, I'll call somebody and have them take care of it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just like some guys just get so caught up in it, man. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like you need to breathe sometimes,
Yep.
you know, because life is quick, especially when you're working all the time, dude. And before you know it, you're old and you're like, crap. Well, I should have taken that vacation.
Yeah.
You know, I should have done this and that. You know, that's one thing that I don't want to do whenever I'm older.
Yeah,
is
I feel that.
just look back and be like, I should have spent more time with this person. I should have, you know. So yeah,
All right.
dude, blue collar jobs will do that too.
Yeah. Tyler, you got one more for us?
Yeah, my number one, I'm a big sports guy, played sports my whole life. And you kind of build a team-like camaraderie with everyone else in this
Yes.
job. Like their
Absolutely.
tensions get high. You want to throw fists every once in a while with someone that's
We used to call those chest bumping matches.
yes.
Because no one was actually going to fist fight, but everyone would get in each other's faces and just start chest bumping each other.
Yep. But at the end of the job, like you pat that guy on the back, and that's your teammate when you're finished.
It's like your little brother mentality,
Yes.
right? You're like, you rip on them all day long, but if someone were to come over to your site and say something, you'd be like, who the F is this guy?
Right. Like you have people in your crew who you don't like, but if another crew shows up, that person you don't like is still better than that other crew.
100%. 100%. I agree with that one. So my number one, this one is, I don't think anyone else is going to think it's number one, but number one for me is the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
You live and die by the gas station.
The big twigs.
Yeah.
Hold on, where are y'all from?
So we're up in Fargo, North Dakota.
Do y'all have hooks up there?
No, we do
Mm-mm.
not. We're big Holiday gas station guys.
Okay.
So Holiday, they're owned by Circle K. You might have a Circle K around where you're
Oh yeah,
at.
dude. We got Circle. I used to stop at Circle K every morning before work.
Yeah. Well,
Every
and
morning.
that's like the thing, right? Is the only way you're going to get through the job, especially if you happen to go drinking the night before, like on a Thursday or something, is you have
Yep.
to stop at the gas station, get some sort of breakfast sandwich or something from there, an energy
Biscuit.
drink.
Like 4 Gatorades.
Yeah, energy drink, and then you're good to go. Otherwise, you're not going to make it through the day.
Dude, absolutely. That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
And then
I used to get my coffee,
your lunch.
and then I get ice and a biscuit and a few Gatorades, and then I just get water at the shop.
Yeah.
That was like that was my thing for the day.
Yep.
Every single morning. Man.
Yeah, and then you forget lunch or something, and you just go to the gas station and you grab like beef jerky and one of those sandwiches that come in the little package.
The triangles.
Triangle.
Shoot. Yeah, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're like expired.
Yeah, sometimes the bread's like super tough and sometimes it's like soggy, but you're kind of like, well, what else am I going to eat, I guess?
Dude, the gas station food, that's spot on, man. Sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
Cocaine too.
You got one more for us, do you think? Or
did we already say you said inside jokes, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I miss like the shit talking, like about just about our old ladies and everything. And like, you got your guys there to complain to, and we don't mean anything we're saying. We're just like bitch, that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what like a group of dudes that trust each other, they bitch at each other. That's just how it works, man.
Yeah. If we're not picking on each other, like we probably don't like you.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, we used to heckle each other like crazy, man.
And there's always one joke that cuts deeper on a person, so you just use that joke over and over and over and over.
And then there's also the one guy that takes it too seriously too much. Usually it's like the littler guy.
Yeah, like, okay, man, cool it.
Yeah. There's always the one dude that takes it bad every time, man.
The little guy you always offer to help him lift stuff, even though they can probably lift it by themselves.
or man. Like my brother, when we were working with him, he's much shorter than I am. So like, hey man, like you need to get on my shoulders to reach that up there or something like that. Just for no reason. Even
on days where we were in the trenches, and I was, sometimes I did get down there. I was an operator, but sometimes I went down there and helped everybody. Just the days you're just covered in mud and sweat and stuff, but you still got you still got the bullshitting and the jokes and all that. I think that is a huge part of a blue collar job. It's pretty much like what we've been saying, like the brotherhood part.
Yeah, we had a guy who was in the military, and he would always say, when we were in that moment where you're just like sweating and muddy and just sucked, he just would go, well, at least we're not getting shot at. So
yeah,
that was true. Man. He's like, you could be in Cambodia in the war. So there you go.
Yeah, man. It could always be worse.
Yeah, at least we're not getting shot at.
Yeah. Those guys are different breed, man.
I agree. That was fun. I appreciate you doing that segment with us. I've never gotten asked anything like that, because usually on things like this, people don't ask me about my old job. So I'm glad that y'all did that. It's super cool. Yeah. Well, and we like talking about what we did before we had this job too. I think it's fun, and I think that a lot of our listeners can relate to what everything you said too. So that was cool.
Absolutely.
So now let's talk about your job now, though. Let's talk about your new song that came out today. What talk me through how it happened and the process and where we're at now with it.
So how it kind of started was, I didn't write the song, and I'm never going to be scared to admit whenever I cut an outside song, because the writers deserve every bit of credit for it.
Well, and that's the way that the business works too, is people write songs. Man. Yeah.
I just relate to it enough to mean it when I sing it. And that's whenever I hear an outside song, I have to feel it like that in order to cut it, because people feel your energy.
Yep.
And they know if you don't mean something, like they know. So, I was in Tampa at the beach, pretty hammered. I was on like margarita number 5 or so. And my label president, Seth, texts me and he goes, dude, you have to listen to this song. I need to know if you want to cut this. Like, it was written by, a new writer of ours named John Byron. And then he wrote it with Jamie Moore, which is a writer that I'd already written with a few times. I was like, oh God. And it was windy. I couldn't hear nothing on my phone. So I put a beach towel over my head and just like was under the towel like this. And all my buddies are like sitting there kicking sand at me and stuff, because they're all drunk too. I was like listening. And I heard that chorus and I was like, yep, we got to cut it. And that's all I told him back. And then I just got off my phone for the rest of the day pretty much.
Yeah.
But we came back and they set up a write with me and the dude that wrote the song, John Byron. And me and him ended up writing another one that's going to be on the project. And then we kept writing. And then we wrote another one that's going to be on the project and then another one. And we became very close buddies. So this song sparked a very close friendship of mine now. You know, I hope it goes to the top for his sake more than mine, just because I want to see him succeed because he's one of the best songwriters I've ever seen in my life. So y'all will be seeing his name quite a bit.
Yeah.
On songs. He wrote 865 by Morgan.
Okay. Yep.
That's one you might recognize. And then he's got one on Keith Urban, I think, and then he got a Dirk Bentley one, and he's just doing well. But anyways, so the song, they kind of just sat around for a little bit, and then we ended up recording it. And I remember whenever we were recording it, Joey Moy, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like producer names, but Joey Moy is my producer. He's been number one producer on Billboard for like 43 weeks. So this dude's like serious. Like he's
a kind of a big deal.
He's brutally honest about everything. So I always take everything he says like seriously, because if he says something, then it means something.
Right.
I remember the look on his face whenever we got done tracking the song. Didn't even put vocals on it yet. He looks up at me, he goes, "You're going to make some money off this one."
Yeah. Like, that's what you want to hear, right?
Perfect, because I haven't been able to tour since March 14th of last year, so I need some money.
Perfect, because I'm staring down the barrel of my excavating job again.
I can't do that, man. I told myself if I get a record deal, I ain't going back.
Yeah.
Whenever I moved here, I said 3 years. If I don't get a record deal in 3 years, I'll move back.
Yeah.
And it did it in about a year and a half. So
that's awesome.
We did well on that one. But yeah dude. No, it's one of those things where like maybe one day I'll go back and just help a little bit, or like I'll buy a piece of property and just have some toys and build 4-wheeler tracks and shit.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, anyways, we recorded the song and ended up doing vocals on it twice because we wanted to change the way the song was sang a little bit. So what y'all hear is the second version of the like vocal stuff that we did. But dude, that's pretty much it. It's that simple. And then we waited a while to release it, and we decided to do it on a Tuesday this time. Just kind of playing the hip hop game a little bit. That's kind of what hip hop people do.
Plan when you think you guys are the ones that are releasing that day that other people aren't, is what you're saying? Yeah, it's kind of like that. And then it's just another thing is it's just different. Like everybody expects a Friday, so we were like, what can we do that people don't expect? Yeah, I like that. And also, the no traffic thing helps too. It gets people's attention focused on the one artist releasing shit that day. Yeah. Well, I think it's working because I don't know. The text said that it's song sitting on #1 on the country chart on iTunes right now. So congratulations, man. That's man. Really, really cool. Dude, thank you. I mean, we pushed pre-saves pretty hard, our pre-orders or whatever. And a lot of people pre-ordered it. So that was super cool to see. So I've never gotten that much anticipation on a song before. So we'll see how it does. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it does too. Before we wrap it up, would you mind give us a little sample of the song right here live right now? Sure. Sweet. Yeah. I can play it. Might have a hangover voice, but I think that's actually what will make it a little bit better, is a little grogginess or something, right? Let me tune this thing real quick so I don't sound like crap. Y'all ever duck hunt up there in North Dakota? Oh, yeah. Yeah? Yeah. It's good up there, man. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to go in October, and my manager made me cancel it, so. And they ended up killing the hell out of them, man. But I'm going to go this October, though. Yeah, sweet. For that goose season or whatever. Oh, yeah. We river hunt up here where I'm from anyway. We river hunt the ducks. You just float the river. You don't put out any spreads or anything. You just float the river. Really? It's interesting. Huh.
because I grew up river hunting too, and we just use like really long weighted decoys for that deep water.
Yep.
I've never floated for them though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we probably don't have as much success as you would sitting and decoying, but it's fun. You're in a different spot every 30 seconds. So
yeah, that would be good to have a change of scene and not sitting staring at the same thing all day.
Right.
You know, unless you kill a limit by 9 o'clock or so, you can go to breakfast. But
all right, so this is your sample of "Hello You Up."
Yeah. All right, y'all. Song's called "Hello You Up." I've drank at this bar many nights and days and tipped a few back for many occasions, but I never thought I'd be sitting here drinking, 'cause I was missing you. Tequila don't kill the pain when you done lost everything, and I still feel the same. So if you listen, all I want to say is, girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over? I know you think that I probably ain't sober. I'm just alone and I'm missing your shoulder away. Yeah, I'm just, I know we said that we needed some space, but I don't want nobody else in your place. We said goodbye, well, maybe we made a mistake. If you're away, girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over away?
Yeah.
Your friends are my friends, and you know that they care about you. So I know how you've been. Sounds like you've been staying in, 'cause you're missing me too. No, I ain't heard from you, not a word from you, baby, since the earth crumbled under my feet. I hope you know you can always call if you're ever there wanting to talk to me. Girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over? I know you think that I probably ain't sober. I'm just alone and I'm missing your shoulder away. Girl, I'm just, I know we said that we needed some space. I don't want nobody else in your place. We said goodbye, well, maybe we made a mistake. So if you're away, girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over with me? Don't kill the pain. I lost everything, and I still feel the same. So if you listen, all I want to say is, girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over? I know you think that I probably ain't sober. I'm just alone and I'm missing your shoulder away. Yeah, girl, I'm just, I know we said that we needed some space, but I don't want nobody else in your place. We said goodbye, well, maybe we made a mistake. So if you're away, girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over with me? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Girl, I'm just a hello you up. Do you want to come over with me?
Yeah. There you go. Fucking nailed that, my guy.
Appreciate it, man.
That song, I love that song. I'm so excited to see what it does on the charts and everything. But what no one went through my head is how crazy and cool it's gonna be for you to play that in front of a live audience when they're singing it back to you is gonna be pretty cool.
Dude, I can't wait. And I wasn't like, you know, you never know until you go play the song in person to people. You never know. Yep. And I played it at the Tin Roof. I was just at Tin Roof hanging out, and this dude playing recognized me, I guess, and he was like, would you come up and play a couple? And I played that one, and by the second chorus, all these people were singing along. I was like, okay, we got something here.
That one's gonna be fun in concert for sure.
That's the goosebump moment.
Because everybody's been through that shit, man. Like,
yep.
I mean, I can speak for myself and all my buddies at least, but like,
no, 100%.
Everybody's freaking drunk texted their ex at some point. Like, gosh damn, or their hookup or whatever it is, man. I mean, that's what I was telling y'all. Like, whenever I hear an outside song and I relate to it that much, I cut it. You know, I mean, other than that, I'll just write my own songs.
I still drunk text my fiance.
That's how you know it's love, is you're drunk texting your fiance.
Yep.
Just like text her right now, be like, hello, are you up?
He's genuinely just wondering if she's up.
Hey, you up?
It is 11 a.m.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I'm glad that you cut that song. I think it's going to do really well, and I'm glad that you shared it with us today. I think this was super fun having you on.
This was cool, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm gonna be following along seeing how the song does and everything. So keep it up. And I can't wait for everyone in the country music to be able to get back touring and doing live shows, because I think that's my favorite part about country music, is being drunk in the stands and singing along at the top of my lungs with songs is definitely the best.
That's my favorite part about it too.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
There you go.
I miss it, dude. I need my job back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't even get unemployment.
Yeah, exactly.
I need my job, but
yeah,
dude, it'll come back. I think we're looking at June. So
there you go. Sweet.
That's looking like when festivals start back up. So
cool. Awesome, man.
I think we got one up in Wisconsin. That's up by y'all somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that thing called? It's a big one up in Wisconsin.
Summer Jam maybe, or something like that.
There's a country fest.
No.
Just country fest?
Yeah.
It might just be just country fest.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's what it is called.
Yeah. On like Western Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot, man. If y'all feel froggy, jump. You know?
Yeah, there you go.
Let me know if you do. I'll get you some tickets.
For sure, beautiful, man. Sweet.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Go celebrate releasing the song and having a good day for sure.
Yes, sir. It was good to start out the day with this right here, man. Y'all are awesome.
Appreciate
you having me on.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to you later,
absolutely.
Sean.
All right. See y'all.
Oh, Tyler. Another podcast down. Another podcast in the new a first podcast in the new studio. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Next podcast we got to have Ryan on and basically see what he thinks of the new office.
I think he's gonna be overwhelmed.
I think that Ryan has big time plans for his office. He's just gonna do what I did in 1.0.
Yeah.
Just never end up doing them because you're just busy doing other stuff.
He put the putting mat up.
Yeah, that takes 5 seconds.
Yep.
Also, we got to put that putting mat somewhere else. It can't be in the
big one
front entrance in front of the stairs.
Well, he's got one there and one in his office.
I know, but you guys got to remember that this is a functioning office and just not your playroom. Like, that's going to be the biggest issue, is everyone remembering that this is an office, a place of work, and not just a playground.
I think the only person whose desk is actually what they want it to be right now is Jared.
I know. He's very organized. So kudos to Jared.
He's kind of organized chaos thing going on.
Yeah. So, guys, that's episode 109 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the review. Hit the rating. And the biggest thing is send it to someone you think would enjoy this podcast. That helps us out. Helps us keep doing what we're doing. Merchandise, go check it out right now, all month long. If you just buy something over $25, you get a free Boys Are Buzzin' flag. So that's huge. Otherwise, not much else, I don't think, Tyler.
That's all she wrote.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of You Betcha Radio. Guys, may your bush lattes... Wait, your ranch always be runny. It's a new space, okay? I'm not used to that. I'm all out of whack. May your ranch always be runny. Your bush lattes forever be cold. Cheers, Tyler.
Cheers.
Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.